So welcome to our Tuesday night whole team winning call with the amazing Hayley. So I'm just going to stop talking. I don't want to give you too much of an introduction because I feel like I'll take a little bit away from your story. But for those of you that have probably seen Hayley's graph that I shared, that she said I could share, on financial freedom, that you have had some insane business this month. But would you just start off by sharing with everyone a little bit about your story?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, Em. So I've been in the business 6 years now. I'm a mummy to 2 boys. Originally, when I first joined, I was just approaching 30. I think that was my enough is enough moment. I was having a bit of a breakdown. I didn't take turning 30 very well. And I thought I kind of was reevaluating my life, my health. I'd had a health scare. I'd had a breast cancer scare just before I turned 30. And literally that was the moment where I thought I need to see my health as something and value it. Whereas before that, I took it for granted. I think you do when you're young, don't you? But definitely had this moment where I was like, oh my God, I'm 30. I need to take better care of myself. Because I was a single mum, I was eating like low calorie microwave meals because I was sort of using it as an excuse to be lazy in the kitchen, but also just saying, oh, what's the point in cooking for one? Because my son was in nursery, but it was like nursery where they gave him dinner because I didn't get in till 6. So he'd eaten and I'd just come home and have a low calorie meal. So I wasn't looking after myself. And I was looking at like reevaluating my life and just thinking, oh my God, I'm 30. I work so hard and I'm still just scrimping and scraping to get through. Like I'd be that person that would get paid and 3 days after payday, I'd have nothing left in my account. And it was even getting to the point where like a week before payday, I was asking my little brother for money for petrol. And it just didn't make me feel very good. And especially when you're working so many hours, typical corporate life, you know, I was working hard and doing an amazing job, which then they made me train people that were coming in on bigger salaries than me because they had a business degree, although I was doing a better job. Just one of them things. But I knew that I weren't really going to get that much more money. I was grateful for the salary that I was on, but obviously being a single mum, trying to keep my house and keep my mortgage, because that was so important to me. I didn't want to come off the property ladder when I become a single mum. So I just was busting my balls everywhere. And then I tried making a second income and I did work in a pub for a couple of weeks, and it was the worst couple of weeks of my life. Again, I had that mum guilt because I was leaving him again before bedtime. So I pick him up, drop him to my mum, and then have to go back to work. So I hated the fact that I was on my feet and still working till midnight. But like proper work, not like this work. And also I just hated that they could smoke in the pubs and it was just gross. So that didn't work for me. So at this point I was offered to go on a hen do, and I put it on a credit card because I was having this moment of I'm turning 30, I'm not saying no to things all the time anymore, that's it, sod it. So I put it on a credit card and I went on a hen do. And it was really out of my comfort zone because I didn't like getting in debt, but I did it. And it was almost like a sign because that's where I met Lottie, my upline. And I don't know, you might know Lottie, but you know, she's very attractive. She always looks lovely. She was spending money in the airport like I was dreaming. Like I was just like, oh my God. She was buying things. She bought a pair of sunglasses when we was rushing to get on the plane, and she didn't even try them on, and they were like over 300 quid. And I was like, who does that? Like if I was going to buy some sunglasses for over 300 quid, I'd literally look in every mirror in the airport and ring my mum to see if it was okay. So I just was drawn to her, and I just thought I need to sit near this girl and see what she does for work because I want a life like hers. So sat next to her on the plane. By the time I got off the plane, I was a distributor. I just signed up to the products and the business. And that was it. That was me. Hadn't a clue what I joined up to. Just went with it. I didn't even know what gluten was, guys. I'm embarrassed to say that. But 6 years ago, it weren't that popular. It weren't a thing, was it, right? Give me a little bit of a break. But I didn't know what gluten was. I just joined and was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I want to get healthy and I know that I need money. So got on the shakes, was loving it, loving life. I couldn't believe how the shakes made me feel mentally. I felt happier. I felt like I felt more alert. I didn't feel so tired and run down. I'd lost a bit of weight. People were noticing. So I just started sharing the products with friends and family to start off with. And then the main thing I wanted in my first month was obviously to make my £50 back. But originally I just wanted a bit of money, like £50 to £100, a couple of hundred a month, that I could call fun money. So I didn't have to borrow any money anymore, and I could blow it. So when you're a mum, I don't know if any of you can relate, but when you're leaving your child every day, I kept saying, oh, you know, it's so that we can have nice things. Mummy wants to, you know, us to have nice things. Kids don't understand about bills. So when each month I'm saying no, and I'm going to work and I'm saying, no, can't, mummy can't afford that, mummy can't afford that, it was getting a bit painful. So I just wanted a bit of money that I could say, yeah, let's go Legoland, let's have a day out. And so that's what I'd done it for originally. I had no expectation of ever leaving my job. I always thought I was going to be in retail. I'd been in retail for 15 years when I left, and I thought that was going to be my life. That's what I was good at. But you know, retail, it meant no Christmases, no time off in the school holidays. You couldn't even ask for a school holiday off. So that was another thing, juggling childcare. The stress of that was just unreal. So that was my life. Started loving it, started sharing it with everyone. My business grew quite quickly. Within my first 21 months of the business, I'd reached all of the positions to PMD. So doing it part-time alongside being a single mum and having a full-time job, I managed to get to the top of the business, and I'd received all of the bonuses, 78.8k. And by this point, like even a year in, I was already making a full-time salary. So I was getting 2 full-time salaries, which, going from someone that couldn't even afford a £37 quarterly TV licence to then having this, was just unreal. Loved it, didn't save none of it, lived my best life. And then after 2 years being in this business, I was leaving on maternity leave. So in all of this time, I'd become not a single mum anymore. I'd met someone, fell pregnant, and I was having a baby, and I really, really wanted a second chance at being a mum on my terms. I wanted to be that mum that didn't have to work. So 2 years into the business, I left my full-time job. I didn't return back from maternity leave. They kind of knew I weren't going to be, but I just left it open just in case. And I was very honest with them. They kind of knew anyway. And I got to quit on maternity leave and say, look, I'm not returning. And I've had 4 years now at home with my second little boy. So with my first son, he was 7 when I left work. So at 7 years old, he started getting me to pick him up from school. And then I had my second little boy, and I've been with him for 4 years now, running business alongside him. And he actually is leaving me to start school in September. And it's just been amazing. I obviously earn an incredible income from home, and that's it. That's me. I think that's it, Em. I don't think I've missed anything out.
No, it's an amazing story, babe. And you know, from working in it was River Island, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I second guessed it, because I knew it was. But, from working in River Island, and then that moment, that life-changing moment when you book that holiday on a credit card, it just shows sometimes just you get this gut instinct that you need to do something. That was your thing you needed to do, right? The holiday that changed your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Insane. Best hen do I've ever been on.
So, okay, so your journey's been amazing, and I think what you've shared so much is it doesn't matter if you don't know about healthy eating. You don't need to be have a special profession to be able to do this business. You just want to have like the desire for more, right? So can you share a little bit how you inspired other people and how you get customers? Because I know customers are a big part of your business.
I think obviously it's really important to fall in love with the product. So at the time, when I was a single mum, I only invested in the shakes at first because I felt like they were what would suit me best at that moment in time, because I was, you know, rushing, skipping meals, picking and stuff like that. So I think you've got to invest in what you can when you can. but understand that whatever product you're on is probably what you're going to sell. So my first orders were shakes because I was on shakes. So it just goes to show that, you know, you can be a salesperson and try and sell other products, but actually what naturally flows is what you're on. So, you know, I felt it's so easy to talk about the shakes, and that's what my business was at first. But obviously once I got my first couple of pays, I knew to invest into more products, because obviously that built my business. So as soon as I could get on the capsules and the healthy starts for family, that's what I did. And then obviously capsules got in my business. So I think walk the walk as much as you can. Definitely fall in love with your products, and just show up every single day. Like I make sure that I share me having something healthy, or me doing something, or fitness, or whatever it is. I make sure that I share that on my wall and on my socials every day. And to be honest with you, in this whole 6 years that I have been in this business, I can hand on heart tell you, and this is God's honest truth, not a funeral, not me giving birth, have I ever taken a day off. Like, I have always shown up. I've never not answered anyone or not posted on my social media, no matter what has happened. And obviously I'm just like any normal human. You know, crap does come to your door, especially with my family, but I will always show up. So yeah, no excuses is another thing, I think.
Yeah, you're very, very consistent, which is obviously part of your success. And I totally agree. Definitely, shakes have always been my favourite. And I think with our current, like the way people think, people want an instant result, don't they? And shakes are the one that give you that instant result. So once you get them in the door with shakes, then you can educate them on your health. And it's obviously one of our lower price products. So yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so let's talk about DMO. That's something that I know you follow. Yeah. You're very consistent, so you're following a DMO. Or okay, maybe what do you think have been your reasons for success? Because I'm saying DMO, this, that, and the other, but obviously you know your business better than anybody else. So what do you think the things that have made you successful are?
Well, like I said, living the mission myself. So I would say living the mission, being consistent, trying new things and not worrying if they don't work, making sure that I'm there for my team no matter what. I'm really overprotective of my team, but build that friendship of love with them, and like they all know I adore them. I'm there for them first. Like, even I would say, even before anything, like if I've got a team member that's asking me something, they're the first that get answered. So treat your team as a priority, and your family. What else would I say? And obviously, yeah, your DMO, you've got to have some non-negotiables that you do every single day. Like, I've got a massive DMO, and some things don't get done every single day, but the things that matter do. So yeah, have some non-negotiables that you don't go to bed unless they're done, type thing. I would 100% say.
So what are your things that you do that you have to do before you go to bed?
So I make sure that, so obviously I inbox everyone whose birthday it is and start conversations with them. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I make sure I do my following on Insta and like my ads and all stuff like that. So always growing your shop, like your shop, who's visiting your shop, sort of thing. So I make sure I do that. I'd always post and make sure I've got stories, always do a poll every single day. And I always try to offer the business or the products to at least 5 people a day. And if I haven't done my 5, I won't go to bed.
That's amazing. I think when you really see someone's consistent on their social media, you really feel like they're someone that you could buy from, or you could work with. Like, some of your team have obviously done amazing this month. One of your girls is the has sold the most products in my whole business. Out of 1,500 people that have sold 3 to 5 customers, she's number one at the moment. And looking through her Facebook, she's very similar to you, lots and lots of posts, lots of consistency, very inspiring, bang on the product. So it's all the things that you share that are working. What about teamies? How do you think the best way to recruit teamies? Like, what's your...
So I do love turning customers into teamies, because I think it's a job done. Like, it's so much easier for you. But I would say in attracting team members, I just look for people that I think would be good, and obviously build a friendship, or just say to them, like, I'm not that bothered about beating around the bush. I will just say, like Jackie always says, I said to her, do you want to get healthy and wealthy, babe, or whatever I said to her. She always says that now. Obviously, I've developed my speech, but I will just say to people, like, you'd be amazing at what I do. Like, let me share with you what I do. Like, I don't see there being any harm in that. So if I do message 5 people, say I'm following 200 people a day, and 5 people come across that I like the look of, and I think, yeah, you've got highlights. Yeah, you've got an active story because you've got the circle round you. Let me look at you a bit more. And I look into them. I will say to them, like, I need people like you in my team. Can I share some info with you? So,
and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think I don't beat around the bush. I just think I won't spend ages. I think what John always says, speak less to more people. I always take that on board. Like, I don't think you should be sending lengthy so you find out more than you know about your aunt off someone before you've even mentioned the business. Like, I don't work like that. I just think, like, all right, not interested, move next, sort of thing. That's how I am.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely been a learning curve for lots of people who spend loads of time interacting with people, and then they go, oh no, I'm not interested, and you think, I've wasted all that time.
Yes.
Or like brand new people that you think, oh yeah, I spend loads of time training them, and then they do absolutely nothing. So you want to see some active work before we get going. Okay, so getting teamies off to a best start.
So with this, like you just said, the worst thing is investing so much time in someone and then they don't do nothing. So I give a little. Then when they do something back, I give a bit more. So, for instance, I've got a training call that I've done with Lucy, and it's a YouTube video. So I send that, and that's just navigating around the office, show them how to place their first order. Once they've placed their first order, they've confirmed they've watched the video, then we'll have a one-to-one call. Once they've had a call with me, and we've discussed what they want from the business, how many hours they can commit, and then we talk about their DMO and what they want, then we'll like do a little DMO together, and then I will put all my starters for 1 month in a WhatsApp group together, and then I share them like the price list, everything that they need to know. They then build a friendship up and start to get to know each other, and they've got everything they need on WhatsApp, and then that's it, they just start going. Obviously now with the Partner Plus promotion, for me it's a no-go that if they start they have to be Partner Plus in their first month. Like, that is what I will bust my balls to make sure that they do that and help them or whatever I need to do. But that's the thing that is the main focus for me, and I think that's been a massive game changer in our business, is having that £80 that they can earn back in their first month.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's definitely a way of incentivizing people to put that £50 in, because they, if they work hard, they're guaranteed to get it back and some. So I think yeah, it's a really big thing. Okay, so obviously we've seen the graph in that I shared today. So what do you think has changed to make such a significant change in your business? Obviously you've had loads of success, and then it's just gone crazy.
Yeah, I think it's having obviously the new exciting freshness, and like we say about like the Partner Plus bonus, I think everyone's so much more confident now to say to people, like, you can get an £80 bonus. You know, at first when you was waiting for the SDD position, it was a little bit like, oh, you know, but now I think that has excited everyone. And like, when you're saying like, oh, you can get a bonus in your first month, they can get £160 with their commission, basically. That's what it is, roughly, in their first month. That's insane. Like, I was happy with my £56 that I got in my first month. So to be able to say that to someone now and know that they can get that, I think it's just motivated everyone to get on a massive recruitment mission, bringing loads of fresh people that are getting that new bonus. And it's just been completely like a game changer for our team. But also it's just been consistent. Like, although my business sort of was up high, then it just sort of went like that for ages, and then it's peaked again. That's just because we've stayed consistent as a team, like, and always stay in touch. Like, I've always stayed in touch with people, even team members. Like, I always make sure I reach out to team members and speak to them, and I'm there for them. And Kay, who's done the most orders this month in your team, you know, she won't mind me saying she didn't reach PB for 3 years. But that's not, I didn't think, oh, she's not reached PB, I'm not going to talk to her. I kept saying to her, when you're ready to go for it, I'm still here. I know you can do this. And she has, you know, she's got she's on about 140 orders. So, yeah, I think just being consistent, loving on your team. That's all it is. Like, I know my team. It don't matter because I'm PMD. I will know all the other downlines, new partner pluses or whatever. So I make sure that I go through my reports. I know who's who, speak to them as much as I can. And that's it, really.
I was thinking, when I was saying about she's the top person, it was on the tip of my tongue that it was Kay, but you know, I was so scared I was going to get the name wrong and be like, oh my God, I've got it wrong. I've got such a thing about names, but she is absolutely smashing it. I think you're so right about the confidence with Partner Plus. It's made such a massive difference. People really feel like they've got something to share. But I also think that the hard work that the graph that you've been putting in for months and months and months and saying, you know, I'm going to power through, and that consistency is really paying off, really, really paying off. So you really deserve it.
I think, like, that's the thing. You've got some months, like, there's been hard months for me where it's not been like that, and you think, oh, my reward's not there, but you've got to know that it will be there. And, you know, even my husband said to me a couple of times, God, you're not smashing it like you used to. And I was like, don't worry, I will be, mate. And he's like, are you sure? You sure you ain't had your day? And I'm like, no, I have not. So I think it's just having that belief in yourself and knowing that, you know, you're going for it and you ain't stopping until you've got it, really. And that's the thing. I won't. Like, I'm quite happily not sleep. I don't take a day off. And I will continue until I'm happy. So just one of them people that's just money motivated, I think. I think I just needed the new PMD plus bonus. That's what it is. Now that's in place, I'm like, woo, I'm awake.
I think that's inspired lots of people. It definitely has given me a kick up the butt. And I think I don't know, I feel like all the changes that have happened in the marketing plan have had such a massive impact on us. There's so much more positives. QSSE has given lots of people a new boost. I just think, and we're just really, as awful as it sounds right now with the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world, we are perfectly placed. And it sounds awful, but it's just, we're a health product, you know, we're very relevant right now, and you can work from home, and it's something that so many of us have been doing for so long. And all those jobs that used to be such secure jobs, Emma Snedden was saying this to me the other day, all the people that are like, no, I'm all right, I've got my job, I'm good. Maybe you're in a situation where actually that secure job isn't so secure right now, which is awful, but we're able to offer people something else.
And that's the thing as well. I think with me, I think sometimes you've just got to not care. Like, I had so many people when the pandemic started saying, oh, I'm really nervous. Like, I don't want to look like I'm homing in on the opportunity. Oh, I'm not sure. Can we post that and stuff like that? And it started making me a bit like that. And I was like, and I started getting people to check my post, like my husband or my neighbour, and say, like, do you think I should post that? And then I thought, no, sod it. Like, at the end of the day, it is a business opportunity for us. We offer two things that everyone needs: health and stay at home and earn money. So I am going to home in it, and I don't care. And that's what I did. Like, I just went guns blazing, because I think sometimes you've just got to take the rough with the smooth. And if you decide that's your choice, run with it and deal with whatever you get thrown at you. And I had a couple of people say stuff, but that was it. And I think at this moment in time, when people are at home and they are looking at their phones, how are you showing up? Like, you've got to be showing up, because people have got the time to listen to you. Normally when they're like, oh, I've got to go, I've got work or that, they haven't got that at the moment. They've got the time to look at your stories. They've got the time to speak to you. So make sure that you're showing up. Like, I've stepped out my comfort zone. I'm doing live workouts every single day on my wall, apart from weekends. And it's embarrassing. Like, the music goes wrong, the dog comes and puts her bum in my face, like, it all goes wrong, but I'm showing up every day. I've committed to doing it, and it's getting me seen, and I'm walking the walk. So I think, yeah, I'm not comfortable doing it, but I'm stepping out my comfort zone because I want graphs like that.
And the magic happens when you step out the comfort zone. So believe that. I think when you feel like, oh, I don't really want to do this, in a good way, it's the time that you really have to push through and go, right, this is exactly what I should be doing, because that's when you get your results. And I think I totally agree with what you're saying. You know, just because we're in a bad situation, not bad doesn't have to come from every negative doesn't have to come from every bad situation. You can make a positive from it. And, you know, when we're celebrating that, you know, because of what happened in lockdown, Hayley's gone PMD plus, Hayley's part of the Millionaires Club, whatever it happens as a result of this lockdown, the success that you and your team have had, nobody's ever going to look back and gone, oh, it's really bad, it's really out of order, they worked really hard at that time and helped people get healthy. No one's ever going to say that, are they? It's not like we're selling, you know, fast food or, I don't know, something that's bad for your body. Everything that we're sharing with people is to help them get healthier or to make money. So yeah,
we've got a win-win in, like, there's no really bad thing that someone can say to you. Like, I had one girl say something bad, and do you know what, she can delete me, and that's what I told her to do. So I just think you've got to be a bit tough-skinned and just go for what you want, and don't overthink what people might think of you, or overthink anything. Sometimes you just got to see your goal and go for it, and yeah, don't stop. And I just think, if you don't step out your comfort zone, how are your team gonna? So since I've stepped out my comfort zone, I've had other team members step outside their comfort zone, which is growing their business. So it just pays not to be comfortable, and you've got to show that for yourself, for your team to follow.
Definitely, success breeds success. Okay, so just before we finish, so I don't want to take too much of your time on month end. If I'm a brand new teamie and I just want one thing that you can tell me to do today to make my business better, what would you say?
I would say, don't compare yourself. I've had to say this to a couple of new girls of mine this month, because obviously we've got promotions coming out of our ears, and they're like, oh, I've not done it yet, or, oh, you know, she started after me. I would just say, don't compare. Your journey is your journey. When I started with my friend who was a nutritionist. So if you was to put your money on the nutritionist that is a Zumba coach that's used to be a PT versus the single mum that eats 450 calorie meals and don't know what gluten was, who are you going to put your money on? Do you know what I mean? And I was like, that's how I felt. I was comparing myself against her. Difference is, she went off to a flying start but then stopped. I never give up. And now she even says to me, like, she's now a single mum, and she's like, I can't believe, like, I give up and I didn't continue with you. So I just think, stay in your lane, don't compare, and just be focused on what results you want for your body and your business.
So it's giving me goosebumps, but it's so true. I think if you'd have asked anyone 8 years ago when I joined if you'd have wanted me as a teammate, it would have been a no. I was like the most annoying customer ever, because all I wanted to do was drink Diet Coke. And you would have thought, oh, don't sign out, she'll be a pain. I had so much drama in my life, but I was desperate. was absolutely desperate for something to change. So yeah, I'd say as well, don't judge anyone, don't judge any book by a cover, because people join this business out of desperation or inspiration. I think you were inspired by Lottie in your desperate situation, Hayles, right?
Yeah.
And look at you now.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was inspired by Lottie, and I knew what I wanted. And it weren't until I went to my first convention, so I hope you all have registered for the convention on Saturday, but it weren't until I went to my first convention that I see the bigger picture, and I realised that there's actually normal people earning above normal money. And as soon as I see that, and I see the people on stage, and I was like, they're no different to me, then I thought, right, that's it, I'm going for it, because I can do that, I can be on stage, I can earn that money. And that, when I flipped that switch, that's it, I was going for it. Because at first I played it down, I was like, oh no, I'm only doing it for a couple of £100. And then I went to that convention and I was like, no, I'm doing it for 10 grand a month minimum. So I think you've just got to decide what you want and don't hold back.
Definitely. Thank you so much for all your tips and your story. And is there anything else you want to add, or I don't want to take anything away? Someone said the other week you didn't let them speak enough, so I just want to make sure that
I just think, obviously, I'm only as good as my team, so I am super lucky that I've got an incredible team underneath me, and I know a lot of them are on tonight, so well done, team. I am here representing you guys, really. So, you know, I'm really grateful that I've got a team that are duplicating what I do and are incredible. Like, I learn off them a lot of the time as well. So I think just attract the people that you want to work with. Don't spend time if you don't think they're like your tribe. Like, people always say to me, oh, why don't you have men in your team? I don't want men in my team. Like, I don't work with men very well, don't really like most men. Like, why would I want men in my team? That's me. So I think stick with your niche, stick with who you like, and I think you'll connect with people better. That's what I think anyway.
So true. Who needs men, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I'm all for girl power. No, it's not that. It's just like, if I was to get a man that comes to me and said, right, teach me how to do what you do, I'd be like, don't know, mate. See you later. Let me speak to them for you.
Yeah, send them to them.
Yeah, I always say to my guys, draw a thing about you. So put you in the middle and put everything about you around it. Because if you're stuck about posting on social media and you feel like you're being a bit of a Juice Plus robot, look at that and think, right, how can I share me on my wall that ain't related to Juice Plus? But also, when you're looking for people that you're trying to follow, you can also look at that thing about you and think, right, where am I going to find people like me? So that's the first thing I get my girls to do, is like draw everything about them, because like just list it like a, you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Like brainstorm. And that way they're connecting with people that they like, and they're showing on their social media what they're about. So people start to know, like, and trust them. And I always say that 70% of the posts have got to be about you. If you're spamming and not showing you enough, like, I want to be able to say, right, I know you like this. And if I can't see that on their wall, I say to them, like, I can't see what you like. I don't know what you like. I don't know what you're into. Whereas people know that I love dressing my dog up. They know that, like, I do workouts, but they know that I like grey. I love a bit of cleaning. Like, people see that and they start tagging me in stuff. So if you ain't getting tagged in stuff, you're not showing you enough, which means people don't really know you, and you're adding people you don't know. And the minute they start to know you, they're going to think you're a friend. They're going to order or join your team. So check your wall daily. Do people know, like, and trust you?
Definitely. So true. Someone just randomly unmuted themselves. I love that. Thank you so much.
That's okay. Thanks for having me.
No, honestly, thank you. Well done for absolutely smashing the business. Well done to the team. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us at the end of the month. I'm excited to see where the last 2 days take us.
Can't hear.